Good morning, or whatever time of day it is for you now. Welcome to Safi Yoga. This is Warrior of Love. I hope you enjoy. Be sure to check out the description box below for more information on Ahimsa. And then we'll start in a comfortable seat, taking Lotus Mudra, so touching the baby finger and thumbs as we spread the rest of the fingers wide. And here's where we set our intention for today's practice. And since we are working with Ahimsa, your intention can be a word such as courage, love, acceptance, or kindness, or any other word or phrase that makes you feel grounded and open in your heart. Taking a few moments to settle in with your intention as you breathe deep and slow. Bringing your hands together in prayer, releasing Lotus Mudra and releasing your intention, trusting that what you desire more of in your life will come to you. And then bringing your palms down onto your knees. And you can grab a block or pillow or folded blanket and make your way down to lie on your back into this open-hearted version of Savasana. So bringing the prop just below the shoulder blades so that the chest is lifted as you lie flat with the back of your head against the mat. And just allowing the body to soften into the earth here. Allowing the heart to open up to the sky. Feeling the parts of your body that touch the earth. And the parts that don't. Just allowing the body to settle into stillness here in this open-hearted Savasana. Keeping the upper body as it is, go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to soften to the sides of your mat. Connecting to the hips, knees, ankles, soles of the feet, and toes. Keeping the lower body as it is now, use your forearms and elbows to push yourself up and off of your prop, releasing your prop off to the side. Coming to lie flat on your back and noticing how it feels to have a straight spine here, or neutral spine. Take hold of opposite elbows above the head, getting into the chest and shoulders. And we'll take a side stretch here. So reaching the shoulders and forearms over to the left, lengthening the right side of your torso, keeping the right hip moving down away from the right shoulder, and keeping the shoulders and forearms down and back onto your mat and the floor beneath you. Gently making your way back to center, lengthening the spine, and then taking the release on the other side, reaching to your right and lengthening the left side of your torso. Coming back to center, and releasing your arms out at your sides, slowly easing the knees together, keeping the knees and feet hip distance apart as we set up for bridge pose. So palms down, you can interlace them beneath the hips or hold on to your ankles. If you have a block or a thick book, you can place it in between the thighs so that when you lift up into bridge pose, you squeeze the block, activating the inner thighs and connecting to the core. And then choosing what position you want for your hands, leading with the pubic bone, lifting the pubic bone forward and up towards the ceiling, connecting to the strength and support in your low back. Lifting your hips up, guiding the chest forward, keeping the chin neutral, and then inhaling to lower down with the hips. Exhale as you lift up, leading with the pubic bone, holding the pose, and then inhaling to release. And one last time, exhaling, lift from the pubic bone, guide the chest forward, keep the neck long, holding the pose, keeping the breath steady, and on your next inhale, lowering down. Releasing the block or prop off to the side. Go ahead and bring the knees into the chest, and you'll roll either forward and back or just come onto your side and make your way onto hands and knees. So if you're rocking back and forth, eventually rocking up to sit, and then coming onto hands and knees, wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Taking one round of cat-cow, inhaling chest forward, hips up as you look forward. Exhaling, rounding the spine, middle of the back reaching up, look back and in towards the pubic bone. And then coming to a flat back. Bring the right leg wide this time. So lining up the ankle and hip, sole of the foot flat against the mat, left arm out to the side. And then lift the right leg as high as you can off of the mat. Steady breath, pushing down into the right arm and left knee. And then coming back onto hands and knees. And we'll take it on the other side with the left leg out to the side, right arm out to the side. And then lifting the left leg as high as you can, balancing in your tabletop. And coming back to hands and knees. You can sway a bit from side to side, releasing the outer hips. Coming back to hands and knees as we set up for a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhaling for cow and exhaling as you round the back, coming into cat pose. Inhaling, guiding the chest forward, lifting the hips up high, pushing down into the hands. Exhaling, rounding the spine, pulling the pubic bone forward to the face. Inhaling, cow pose. And exhaling, cat pose. Coming back to a flat back. And then stepping the left foot forward. Coming up into a low lunge with the arms forward. Guide the pubic bone forward. And then reach the fingertips up as you point the thumbs back. And begin to slide the shoulder blades down the back as you lift the chest up, keeping the neck long. Inhaling to straighten up. Exhaling to bring the hands beside the left foot, send the left foot back and switch sides. With the right foot forward, fingertips forward as you bring the pubic bone forward. And then fingertips up as you reach your thumbs back. Gentle back bend, sliding the shoulder blades down the back as you lift the chest. Pressing down into that big toe. Finding stability in the low body as you lift and open with the upper body. Straightening on the inhale, lowering down on the exhale, and stepping back to hands and knees. And we'll set up for a version of Warrior 2. So stepping the left foot forward and walking the right knee back to line up with the left heel. And release the right ankle to the left side of your mat. So you can support the right knee by folding your mat or using a blanket. And then spreading the arms wide. So the left knee is reaching forward, right knee reaching down, right toes are tucked. Reversing the warrior here with the right arm down and left arm up and back. Releasing the side body, opening the chest. Keep pressing down into the left foot, using core strength to make your way back up. And coming into a version of side angle, so bringing the left hand down inside the left foot and reaching the right hand up. Pushing the left knee and left shoulder in towards each other as you turn the chest to the ceiling. Slowly bringing the right hand down, walking the right leg back and the left leg back. Coming to hands and knees and then switching sides. Right foot forward, left knee is lining up with the right heel. Left toes are tucked, spread the arms wide. Keep moving that right knee towards the right middle toe. Reversing the warrior, left hand down, right hand up and back. Creating length and space in the torso, arms and chest. Grounding through the legs. Core strength brings you back to the version of Warrior 2. And then the right hand comes down inside the right leg. Left hand reaching up. Tailbone reaching down. Shoulder and knee pressing into each other. And then bringing the hand down and stepping back to hands and knees again. On your next exhale, go ahead and tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back, coming into your down dog. Upside down V with the body, long spine, relaxed neck and head. Pushing down into the hands and feet. The heels may or may not touch the floor, and that's fine. Just work on lengthening the back of the legs. And then pressing down into your hands, go ahead and walk the feet as far forward as you can with straight legs. And then when you can't walk any further, just walk your legs the rest of the way, coming into a half lift and then forward fold. Pressing down into the soles of the feet and bending the knees as much as you need to. You can even find some movement in the spine here. And then slowly roll yourself up, coming to stand. Standing tall in your mountain pose. Connecting here to your intention as you press down into your feet and lift the chest. On your next inhale, go ahead and reach the hands up. Lifting the chest, reaching the hands back, gentle back bend. Exhaling to fold forward, bend the knees. Inhaling to your flat back. And exhaling to step back into a plank pose. Keep pulling the pubic bone forward. Bring the knees down for half chaturanga, knees, chest, chin on the mat. Lying flat on your belly. Reach the hands back, palms against the floor. And then lift up into locust pose. So lifting everything off of the mat and pressing your hips into the mat. Pulling the chest forward, keeping the gaze down. Bring your hands back to the sides of your chest. Tuck your toes. Push up. And then lift the hips up and back into down dog. Keep pressing down into the left leg and both arms. And lift your right leg up and back. Keep pointing the toes down towards the mat. And then step your right foot forward in between the hands and lower the left heel down onto the mat, lining up heel and heel or right heel and left instep. Reach the arms back and lift the arms forward and up. So warrior 2 legs but warrior 1 upper body. Keep reaching that right knee forward and in line with the middle toe and turning the torso forward towards the top of your mat, pressing down into the left baby toe. And here we open up into warrior 2, so turning the torso in the direction of the hips as you spread the fingers wide. Keep pressing down into the soles of the feet and finding length in the spine. And then we'll take cow face arms. So the left elbow goes down and in towards the spine. The right elbow comes up and in towards the spine. Maybe the hands touch, maybe they don't. If they don't, you can hold on to your shirt. And then spreading the arms wide again and coming down, lifting the left heel, stepping the right foot back, coming into plank pose. Bringing the knees down, chest and chin, coming to lie on your belly as you set up for locust pose. Reaching the hands back, keeping the arms suspended this time, pressing down into the hips as you lift the legs and lift the chest. And then slowly making your way back down, tucking the toes and releasing the toes. And we'll take locust again, lifting the chest forward, lifting the legs up, keeping the neck long, bringing the hands back beside the chest, tucking the toes and pushing up and finding your way back into down dog. Switching sides, left leg reaches up as you press down into the right foot and both hands, toes pointing to the mat. Left leg coming forward in between the hands, right heel lowering down, maybe to line up with the left heel, or lining up that right instep with the left heel. Left knee above the ankle, toes forward, and then reach the hands forward and up with the chest forward. Pressing down into the legs, lifting up through the fingertips, and then turning the chest to line up with the hips, so torso out to the side, coming into warrior 2. Keeping the shoulder blades relaxed, shoulders moving down away from the ears. Coming into cow face arms. Maybe this side might feel different than the other side. Left elbow up and in, right elbow down and in. Maybe the hands meet or maybe you hold on to your shirt or a strap. Wherever you are, pressing down into your feet as you lengthen the spine. And then opening up into warrior 2, bringing the hands down, stepping the left foot back, bringing the knees down, coming to lie on your belly, playing with locust pose again, so palms facing down, gaze is down as you press down into your hips and lift the legs back and up and chest forward and up. Hands back to the sides of your chest, tuck the toes, push up onto hands and knees, and lift the hips up and back into down dog. And from here, making your way down to lie on your belly, either through full chaturanga or half chaturanga with knees down. And we'll play with locust pose a bit. So lengthening the spine, bringing the palms flat against the mat, and lift the lower body. So point the toes up and back as you press down into the hips and keep the chest and forehead on the mat. Keep lifting up through the legs and then slowly releasing the legs down onto your mat. Then we lift the upper body, keeping the lower body plugged. So reaching the fingertips back as you guide the chest forward and up, maintaining length in the neck as you press down into the tops of the feet and hips. And then slowly making your way down. And we'll incorporate both, so lifting the legs, pressing down into the hips and guiding the chest forward as you reach the fingertips back, keeping the gaze down and holding this locust pose. With every inhale, you find length in the spine, reaching the chest forward. With every exhale, you lift a little bit higher in your locust pose. tapping into the strength and stability of your back body. And then slowly releasing, coming down to lie flat on your belly in crocodile pose. Insides of the big toes touching the corners of the mat, using your hands as a pillow in front of you. You can rock your hips a bit from side to side, releasing any tension in the low back. And then coming into stillness as you soften the back body. Slowly easing your way out of this pose, hands at the side of your chest as you tuck your toes and push up onto hands and knees, and then find your way into down dog, lifting the hips up high. Taking a few deep, slow breaths in your down dog. Lift your left leg up and back, pointing the toes down, and then reach the left knee forward into a core plank pose before lowering the left foot down onto the mat and lowering the right heel down onto the mat. Right hand reaches up and back, left hand reaches forward, coming into warrior two, pressing down into the soles of the feet as you ease the hips lower. And then we'll come into lotus mudra, pressing the baby fingers and thumbs together as you spread the rest of the fingers wide, rooting down into the soles of the feet as you lift your chest, embodying this lotus mudra with steady roots and an open heart, remembering your intention here as you breathe deep and slow. Releasing the mudra, spreading the arms wide, coming back to warrior two. Then bringing the right hand and left hand down, lifting the right heel up as you step back to plank pose. And lift the hips up and back, coming into your down dog. And then switching sides, reaching the right leg up and back, pointing the toes down. Coming into your core plank, right knee into the chest. And then right foot lowers down, left heel lowers down. Right knee reaching towards the right middle toe, sweeping the left hand up and back and the right fingertips forward, settling into your warrior two, rooting down into the soles of your feet, and taking lotus mudra once again. Baby fingers and thumbs connect, the rest of your fingers spreading wide, rooting down into the soles of your feet, establishing your steady roots, lifting the chest as you roll the shoulders back, connecting to your open heart. Keeping the breath slow and steady here as you focus on your intention. Releasing the mudra and coming back to warrior two. And then bring the hands onto the hips, straightening the legs, pointing the toes forward. You're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold here. So the wider your legs are, the easier it is to fold all the way forward. The closer your legs are, the more difficult or more challenging. So you're pressing down into the soles of the feet. You can bend your knees here as much as you choose. Rooting down into the hands and lengthening the spine, lowering the head towards the mat, moving the shoulder blades back towards the hips. Maybe the top of your head touches the mat. If it does, keep pointing the elbows back as you push into your hands. Keep lifting the hips up high as you reach down into the heels, lengthening the back body. Take a deep inhale as you come into a half lift position with wide legs. And then you'll walk your arms over to your right leg, so turning all 10 toes to point forward. Coming into pyramid pose. You can walk your hands forward as you lengthen the spine, lifting the chest forward, lifting the hips up as you reach down into the heels. So the right leg is straight, the left toes can be out at a diagonal 45 degrees. And then switching sides, so left toes are straight forward, right toes out at a 45-degree angle, lifting the chest forward, coming into pyramid pose on this side. Lifting the hips, lengthening the spine. And then slowly bringing the back leg forward and easing your way down to sit. Bringing the knees into your chest as you roll back to lie on your back. You can rock a bit from side to side. And then spread the arms wide, coming into a twist, lifting both knees up and into the chest, and then over to your right elbow. Keeping the chest lifting towards the ceiling, the hips, knees, and ankles, shoulders and hands heavy into the mat. Using core strength and stability to bring the knees up and into the chest. And then lifting the knees up and over to the left elbow. Softening the right shoulder. Lifting the chest up. And releasing the rest of the body into the mat. Guiding the knees up and into the chest again. Releasing the low back. And then reaching the heels up to the ceiling. You can lift the heels up, point the toes up. Make circles with the ankles. And then come back to relaxed legs. Bringing your hands at your sides with the palms facing up. Deep, slow breaths. Noticing the legs. Slowly bending your knees. Easing the soles of your feet down onto the mat. And then extending the legs out in front of you. Allowing the toes to be heavy out to your sides. Taking a deep inhale here, observing the body. Releasing a long exhale as you allow the body to soften here. Remembering the intention that you set as we worked with our first and fourth chakra today. Connecting to a sense of stability and being grounded, while opening up the heart to compassion and joy. Remembering as you lie in stillness that you are worthy of the love and joy that you desire. And you don't have to do anything or be anyone except yourself, your loving and joyful self, in order to receive the love and joy that you desire. Staying with your breath, staying present in your body. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, begin to welcome gentle movement into the body. Taking whatever movement feels good and comfortable to you right now. And when you're ready, you can make your way onto your side. And then slowly coming up to sit with eyes closed, hands together in Lotus Mudra, remembering your intention. Giving thanks for these moments spent on your mat. And as always, I thank you for sharing your practice with me and for allowing me to share mine with you. From my heart to yours, I wish you peace and presence.